with someone from Tinder, but when I met him in real life, he was nothing like the man I thought he was. He spent the whole time talking about himself and actually bragged about how he'd lay hands on his ex if she didn't cook for him, and told me to expect the same treatment if we get together. When he said this, I started having a sort of panic attack, and the voice in my head started screaming for me to get out of her. I told him I have to leave to go to family dinner, but as I stood up from the table, he grabbed my arm. He began pleading for me to stay, but I kept insisting I have to go and tried to yank my arm out of his grip. He had this manic look on him, and after what looked like some thinking, he eventually let go. I went outside and got in my car, but as I was reversing out of there, I noticed him getting in his car. He began following. I panicked and called my mom, who told me to go over to her place and that she's calling the cops. Luckily, my mother lives in a gated community where a guard is at the booth, so I was able to get in, but the man following me was not. Once the cops got there, I gave them information about this guy, and it turns out he was on the run for unaliving his ex-girlfriend. He was stupid enough to tell me his real name when we met in person, and it wasn't long before he was behind bars.